Greetings, greetings. Welcome. Grand rising. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what time it is, wherever in the world you are joining from. I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I'm a spiritual healer, a why and soul purpose coach, consultant, mentor, and accountability partner. If you are not already working with me, I encourage you to connect with me. You can text me at 203-885-5093, and I will share with you how you can go about connecting with me. I offer consultation, I offer intuitive readings. I do not do any coaching or consulting live here on my platform. All of my services are done through private appointment on WhatsApp in the privacy of your home. This morning, I am broadcasting on StreamYard, on my YouTube channel, my LinkedIn, my Facebook, and also on my backup page on my TikTok platform. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also subscribe to my newsletter on my website, daphneclark.com. I go live each and every morning at 6 o'clock Eastern. I speak on a different topic that will enhance and enlighten whomever listens to that. It is always my intention to add value to each and every soul that I encounter. When I work with my clients, I help them to connect with their inner blueprint for success. And by so doing, they are able to realize on unrealized goal and also their greatest potential. They are able to live their life limitlessly without prejudice. My platform is designed for adults, and I encourage you to be respectful, to be kind. If you disagree with someone, you don't need to be disagreeable. All right? So I ask for positive vibes on my chat. Get engaged in the conversation that is taking place. And above all, no judgment, no bullying, no prejudice. If you are not happy with what's going on, I encourage you to leave the broadcast and find other place that will accommodate you and your behaviors. All right? So with that being said, I am going to be adding, I just read a comment over there. I am going to be starting the broadcast now. Welcome to my supporters on YouTube. Thank you for joining. Kindly go ahead and share the broadcast for me, please. I welcome you. I welcome you. As always, I will read the comments that's written on YouTube so that the people on TikTok will hear it. Okay? And then when I get back on, good morning. When I get back on TikTok, I will read those comments over there because I am not able to read and focus here at the same time. So welcome. This morning conversation will be around understanding ourselves. All right? Who will agree that there are times when we have no idea who it is that we are looking at in the mirror? Can anybody relate with that? as as we keep up with everything going on in our lives, the responsibilities, the obligations, and yes, the many distractions that we encounter as a human being, there are times when we look in the mirror and we are wondering, who is this? Who are we looking at? Who is this? We can't recognize the person that is looking back at us for many reasons. So, my intention this morning is for us to have the discussion and hopefully be able to shed some light onto those situations, and that we'll be able to change that, so that each time we turn up in front of the mirror, we can not only identify the person, but we will be more able to understand who that person is. All right? So let us go into this. I am sharing a research. Who is this research from? Chrissy Brady. I'm sharing a research from Chrissy Brady. Oh, Chrissy Brady. I found it on Life Hack. So I'm sharing just so we can get other people's insight into the conversation. All right. When you don't take the time to understand yourself and who you are, your sense of individuality weakens. You become easily influenced and pushed into a lifestyle that doesn't represent who you are. The good news is you can gradually transition into the life you want by periodically checking in with yourself. The better you understand yourself, the easier it will be to steer your life in the right direction. There are some tips here that we are going to go through. And I am sure as I go through these here, we will all be able to insert our own things that we have been working on. The one thing I know for my community, I have some of the most brilliant, I mean brilliant supporters. You know, my supporters, majority of them have done the work and are still doing the work. And this is why I'm so proud of the people who I connect with, many of who are my clients and have worked with me. So together we have grown over the years. And I want to honor and thank those of you who have started doing the work and seen the importance of what it takes to be resilient, be transformed, and be empowered. All right? Now, there are some steps that she has laid out here, and I'm going to go through them one by one. The first thing that Chrissy has on her list is, are you an introvert or an extrovert? So that's a question that you can answer. Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? Make sure you are really an extrovert and not an introvert in an introverted clothing. So you need to, there's a lot of research out there, and you can research to see the difference. I'm going to give you the list that you need to accumulate to find out who you are and get to know yourself. I am not going to be going into detail to explain to you what each thing is. You can do the research to find out whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. All right? What are the top 5 words that describe your personality? If you have done Myers-Briggs or DISC, this question would not be new to you. And the 2 things I just mentioned, Myers-Briggs and the DISC, are 2 personality traits. So research those. However, right now, for those of you that are live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, go ahead, jot in the comment section for me. What are the five top words that best describe you? Go ahead. I'm going back and forth onto all the platforms to see what you wrote. What 5 words best describe you? Go ahead, guys. Jot it in the chat. Dynamic is what I would with. Empowered. Trustworthy. Honest. Beautiful. Reliable. Loving, stubborn, phenomenal. Dependable. Understanding. Cooperative. Just develop the list of words that best describe you. You got to know yourself, not what others tell you. What do you know to be true for yourselves? All right? Are you comfortable or uncomfortable in disorganized environment? There are some people who are neat freak. They will call them OCD. Okay? I'm not a neat person, and I know that about me. I am not a neat person. I do my best to have things clean, but I'm not impeccable neat. All right? And for that reason, this is why for majority of my life, I always have a housekeeper that keep things neat because that's not my strength. I am a work in progress. So I love to spend my time doing the things that I love to do, earn the money, and to pay the people to do the things that I do not enjoy doing. So know yourselves, understand who you are. Know who you are. Tap the screen, share the live. Oh, I forget to mention that we will be doing the water therapy. Later on in the morning, we will be doing the water therapy. So get your waters, have it available so that when I announce the water therapy time, you will be able to participate. Are you comfortable with taking risk? We are on number 4, and we are talking about getting to understand yourself, the important steps. We got to know ourselves. Are you a risk taker? Or are you somebody who wants to play it safe? You got to know yourselves. Decide how you feel about uncertainty and how you will use it to create your ideal lifestyle. Number 5, do you know better? Do you work better alone or in a busy environment? Are you able to work in a crowd or by yourself? If you know you are not a person that can work in the crowd, so do not go around asking for jobs that you are supposed to be in like a communal space. You know, some businesses and everybody have a desk. If you are the person that likes to work in isolation, don't go apply for a job that requires you to be in that space. Yeah, that's right. Somebody says that they work better alone. You got to know yourself. I am not somebody that multitask. Like me being on the different platforms now is the extent of me multitasking. But physical multitasking, that's not me. It was never me. And then one of my professors at university had shared that multitasking is not recommended because it eats up valuable brain cells. And they said that, you know, it is always said that a person that does something when they are drunk, they had it in their mind to do it before. And I did not have any likeness for multitasking. And when Professor Howard said that, it has just stuck with me throughout my lifetime. So I'm like you over there, my queen. I do not like to work in a crowd. It's a different thing when I'm speaking and things like that. I mean like physical work on the job. All right? Number 6. What are your strengths? Define what your strengths are and how you are going to use them to your advantage. Know your strengths. Go ahead, jot your strengths down and let us see them. If you are not a good cook, do not volunteer to cook and bring a dish to the potluck. If you're not good at cooking, offer to bring dessert or drinks. Because why? You can go buy it, pick it up, and drop it off. Know your strengths. If you are not a good organizer, don't volunteer to plan the project because you know that's not you. If you are a procrastinator, know that. Who are you? Know yourselves. Know your strengths. What are your strengths? What allows you to stand out above everybody else? What are the things that describe you when somebody here, they'll say, oh yeah, that's Daphne for sure. Know yourself. Know your strengths. Now, what are your weaknesses? In other words, what are some areas in your life that you need to work on? We all have those. What do you need to work on? Be willing to get the help and be willing to invest in those areas so that they will not always be under the list of weaknesses or areas to be improved. They will be able to move over to the group of your strengths. However, it takes your commitment and responsibility to understand that you need to do those things. What sets you apart from everybody else? What sets you apart from everybody else? I was working with a new client last week, and I asked that question, and it just rolled off of her tongue. This person was cooking from, they were knee high. And now, hey, oh my heavens, greetings. It's good to see you. I'm going to let you be a moderator. Hold on. I'm glad you found me back. I am glad you found me back. I just made you a moderator, Sonia. Yes, girl, TikTok blocked my account. You been doing good? I'm glad I found you. I'm glad you found me. All right. I just made you a moderator, okay? So, what sets you apart from others? Even if you're in a business that somebody else is doing, there is something about you that makes you different. There's something that sets you apart. Yeah, I miss you too, Queen. I miss all my people. I miss all my people. What sets you apart? It is, well, today I'm going to do a bonus video, but I already did 365 videos dealing with gratitude. And now we are going to be selling the gratitude journal. I just need to confirm a manufacturer, and we are going to pre-sell that. So, what sets me apart? There is a special warmth in who I am. There is a musical aspect of my tone, my voice. When I speak, it energizes people. Now that we are working remotely and we are not meeting too many people in person, I had to dig deep to find out what will connect me to people. And that was the reason why I am so excited when the universe push me and catapult me into my spiritual work. So now when I say I'm a spiritual healer, people can understand, because not only am I listening to you with my spiritual ears, I'm connecting with you from a soul perspective. What sets you apart from everyone else? It could be your smile. I used to have a neighbor up in Connecticut, and she had one son. And when her son started going to kindergarten, half day kindergarten, he came home one day and he said to his mama, he used to call me D. He said, D was here. And Kim said, she said to him, what? He said, yeah, D was here. And his mom asked him, how did you know she was here? He said, I smell her perfume. Little did I know that that child could recognize me by my fragrance that I wear. And his mother told me, and that thing stood out with me. Tap the screen, share the live, invite the people. It just really get me to understand much deeper about children too. He knew. He had never one day said anything about my perfume, but in his little mind, he knows my perfume. And I left a lingering scent behind that he could know that I was there. What sets you apart from everybody else? Are you motivated by competition? Are you motivated by competition? Some people are and some aren't. Many of us, we are here to add value. I do not want to be hitting those who are motivated by competition. If that's you, that's you. I am all about adding value, making a difference in somebody's life. Sharing an insight or two that they can use to enhance their life. Know who you are. Know what motivates you. For those of you who have a social life, what are your favorite movies, shows, or books, plays, restaurant? And listen to me. Please, do not be one of the people when somebody invite you out to go to dinner or to go to a movie and they ask you what it is you would like or where is you would like to go, and you turn around and say it doesn't matter. Make a decision. The reason they ask is because they want to give you a choice. So, know what you're about. What sets you apart? Know what you like. You know you don't like pasta. So, don't say you don't want to go and then you end up at an Italian restaurant and you get bent out of shape. You need to let people know what it is you like. What are your favorites? What are your favorite books? Are you somebody that read? What's more important to you, having a career or a family? When you start a relationship, these are things that should be part of the discussion. There are people now who will choose careers, and rightfully so. Everyone knows what is right for them. So you need to have the conversation, because if you keep your mouth closed, you start a relationship with somebody, you marry them, they want babies, you don't want babies, and all of a sudden now everybody get bent out of shape. Have the conversation. What's important to you? And I know many parents are very disappointed when their children chose career and not to have a family. I have a friend in Connecticut and she has two and she has two dolls, two girl-sized dolls, and she have them in her couch. Every time I go there, she said, these are my grandbabies. Because what? Both her daughters have no children. So she said, I have to be satisfied that these will be the only grandkids that I have. And I said, don't say never. You never know what will happen. In negative comments will be blocked. Okay. Thank you, Sonia. So know what's important. Even though you try to have both, we all teeter towards a favorite. Know this will help you decide which is priority will receive a bigger piece of the pie. Yeah. So don't get forced into things. The other thing that is up and coming now is that couples are very open to say who stay home. I know many fathers who are staying home to raise their children because their wives or their partners earn more than they do, so they stay home and allow the wife or the partners to go to work. It's not about egos anymore. Know who you are and what's best for you and your family. Do you embrace rules or do you rebel against them? This is a hinge determined on factors on the type of lifestyle you'll create for yourself. Structured by adventurous, remember there are no wrong answers. Remember all of these questions. You need to evaluate them based on you and who you are. Know yourselves. When we spend the time to know who we are better able to function in work environment and in relationships. When we do not understand who we are, we go into these relationships wanting to change other people. But when we know who we are able to be part of relationships workplace and or personal, without wanting to change people, without wanting to manipulate people into who we want them to be. Know thyself. Know thyself. Who are you? What rules do you embrace? If you know you are not somebody that will embrace rules and guidelines, be careful of the places you show up to get work. Because you do not want to go in there and continuously cause conflict among people. The truth is, many people are not made to work for anybody else. If you fall into that category, know yourself. Find out what is your why, what's your purpose, what's your calling, so you can do that instead of going into a workplace and to cause havoc in the community, in the company. Obey the rules or rebel against them. Are you a morning person or a night person? For my entire nursing career, I worked nights. And when I went into a different position that required me to go to work during the days, I just could not function. Because for many years I worked nights. And even until now, anytime after 12 midnight, my energy is at peak. You got to know yourself. And for that reason, because I know myself, I always set my appointments beginning at 10 o'clock in the morning. Since relocation, I have adopted to be doing these lives at 6 o'clock in the morning. Why? I realized that majority of the people in my community were from other regions and other countries. And they were showing up. My 6 o'clock was their evenings. But in Australia, Guyana, all of those different places. And I said, this is a sacrifice that I need to make so I can come on to be with people. Know yourself. Know yourself. Understand who you are. I have found out over the years, because I have spent the time understanding and knowing who I am and what tickles my fancy. It's not easy for people to play me like a figure, because I am always above what they are talking about. I'm always above what they are going to come with. I'm ready, I'm prepared. Why? Because I know who I am. I am not going to be falling prey to their pranks and everything that's going on. You got to know who you are. What's more important to you, saving time or money? What's more important to you, saving time or money? This will help you as you are planning your goals. you will know what to outsource and what to do yourself. I shared earlier on about the things that I am strong with and the things that I'm not. I spend the time to work the money so I can pay to get it done. And the other things that I can do, I will do. There are many of you who refuse, and yes, I'm going to repeat that word, refuse, to get help in your businesses. You are doing everything yourself, even the things that you are not able to do effectively. And you do not realize that it is costing you more in the long run because you're just not getting the result that you need. So what's more important to you, saving money or saving time? It is now 6:40 a.m. Eastern. Please get your water and let us do the water therapy. For many of you, you have already probably blessed your water. You have energized and supercharged your water. Let your request be known. Are you looking for healing, clarification? Are you looking for enhancement in the bodies were created to heal themselves? The reason they are not doing so is because we mistreat them. So let us supercharge this water. Let it enter our bodies with all of the energy that is needed for healing, for spiritual growth and enlightenment, to supercharge every organ in our body, that it will be able to perform at optimum health and speed. Ask your water if there's any disease that is lurking in your body, that it will go directly to the source and to deal with that. If you're experiencing high blood pressure, diabetes, jaundice, any disease, any chronic disease, ask that this water will go directly to the source and rid it. Let us drink. Okay. Thank you for participating. Whether you're part of the live broadcast each day, I encourage you to do your water therapy. Start your journaling and track your progress. All right? Let us continue. Let us continue. This one is a very sensitive one. But each and every one of us is guilty of it. Sometimes you say, oh, it's just, oh, it was not a big one. It's just a little white one. And here is it. What do you lie about and why? We all lie because when we refuse to tell people no, and we force ourselves to say yes, right there we are lying. Right there we are lying. So, what do you lie about and why do you lie about it? There are certain aspects of ourselves we don't want anybody else to know about. Knowing why will help you to work through what makes you self-conscious. So you see, when we do the work, we do not need to live in doubt and fear. When we do the work ourselves, we don't have to feel like others are judging us. Do the work. Do the work. Do you say yes or no too much? Saying yes to everything gives you little time for what you truly want to do, while saying no to everything may cause you to miss out on amazing experience. When we know and understand ourselves, this particular situation will not be a problem for us. Why? Because we prioritize what we say yes to. We weigh the pros and cons about saying yes. And on the other hand, we are not devastated by saying no either. We can say no because we know that that particular thing or situation will not add value to our lives. But first, we are not able to add value to that particular thing. My practice is always to ask myself, what value am I adding? Should I participate in such and such and such? Not what it is doing for me, but what am I adding? What is my reason for participating? Am I going to be able to make a difference, a vast difference with my participation? I'm not doing it for the other person. I am doing it based on the value that I will bring to it. How is it going to impact other people's lives? You got to ask the hard questions. This is a deep one. If money didn't exist, what would you be doing with your time? If money didn't exist, what would you be doing with your time? Go ahead and jot in the comments. We lose sight of what's important to us. When the bills come due, we regain control of what we enjoy doing the most. You know, one of the questions that I ask new clients when we sit to figure out if we are going to be working together, I ask them, what is it you would do if you never get paid to do it? And some people who understand about purpose can readily understand the question. But folks who are about the almighty dollar always find it difficult. When I ask them that question, they start off stuttering. Because for them, it's all about the money. If money didn't exist, what would you be doing with your time? We lose sight of what's important to us. When the bills come due, regain control of what you enjoy doing the most. Are you patient or impatient? There are some of us that the slightest thing rubs us the wrong way. There are some people who are OCD. Everything rubs them the wrong way. You put this paper, you put this napkin on the glass, and they have to take the napkin up and they got to turn it the other way because you didn't place it properly. Are you impatient or patient person? Define whether or not it gets you the wrong way of your goals and when you are going to do or what you are going to do about it. Who makes you feel energized, inspired, and exhausted or depleted? You got to know who you have in your inner circles. Be selective of the people you choose to spend your time with. Do not get pulled into a situation that is not part of who you are. It's not part of your personality. If people are gossipers and they drain you, avoid them. Do not be afraid to speak up for yourself. You know, there's something about when I'm around you that does not work well with me. So don't take it personally. It's about me, and I choose to protect myself. So I have made the decision that I will not be spending as much time with you like I used to. You know, you're around some people, and the minute you get there, they're talking about somebody else, somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. They're like the village gossiper. You got to know those people and separate yourself. Avoid being in their company. If your home was on fire, what are the 3 things you would leave with? If your home was on fire, what are the 3 things you would leave with? Answer this question will help you let go of concepts and material things. Items will make you feel better as a person. What will you leave with in case your home was on fire? That's a challenging one. But it's important for us to answer it. My Bible and myself. Yes. What would you leave with if your home is on fire? What would you leave with? And on that note, we will end this broadcast this morning. I hope that these steps, I think we went through like 20 steps. I hope that these steps will help you to understand you a bit better. I hope that the steps we discuss will help you to more openly and readily add value. I hope that these steps will help you to appreciate you some more. I hope these steps will help you to catapult your goal. It will help you to pivot to the next plateau in what you're looking to do. I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I'm a spiritual healer. I am a why and soul purpose coach, consultant, and mentor. I work with my clients to help them to connect deeply with their inner blueprint for success. And by so doing, they are able to realize their greatest potential. If you have not reached out to me yet, please text me at 203-885-5093. Reach out. I offer consultation. I offer intuitive readings. I offer coaching and mentoring as well. Do not sit on your laurels any longer. Reach out. Make the decision to commit to yourself. We are on the cusp of a new year. 2022 is right around the corner. Let us zero in and focus on what it is that we will do. Begin today. Today is the only day we have. So let us make that decision today to begin to live our life more fuller. Again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my website and get my newsletter. Connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok. I look forward to seeing you again on my next broadcast. I'm here 6 o'clock, 7 days a week Eastern. I love you. There's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Love you, family. Bye.